A common feeling when we first start anatomy, especially when you get to the first homework assignment right away, is that you have 3 different resources and they're like strangers to you, right? All you have is a book that you do not know well, and so the first and most important part that if those of you haven't done much of it yet, that I would suggest you do over the weekend is you want this stranger of a book to become your friend. You need to become acquainted with it, which means you need to think about how it's structured. What kind of information is in that resource? So it kind of is going to take a little playing with the resources on your own. One way to do that might be to go to the index in the front and figure out how is Moore's clinical anatomy, how is it oriented? What order do the chapters go in? And if you start to realize after maybe the general anatomy, even chapters are organized the same way. So if you kind of look at the pattern, then you'll start to figure out, oh, okay, if I want to find information about joints, in all these different sections, it'll always be in the center part, and you'll figure out how to find them. So I highly suggest that you make those resources your friends first, because it's a really difficult thing with a closed cover of a brand new book to say, where is the information I need in here, okay? So take that time, flip through them. The same with that AMP revealed, the software, the CD-ROM. If you're not the type to play, I'm not the type to play with computers, so I do the tutorial. I let them take me through it. But then I say, oh, wow, okay, there's these kind of resources and these kind, so you have to become familiar with it, all right? So I will not assign page numbers for the next 2 terms, mostly because in the real world, people don't give you those kinds of projects, right? So your boss or your patient in the future, if you're going in healthcare, is never going to say to you, if you go and look on pages 32 of this text, you're going to find my condition in there. You just need to know your resources. And I know it's a challenge at first, but you'll become very familiar with them, and then you'll feel better about this process, okay? But I recognize it's a challenge up front.